and welcome to CD050909. It's hockey playoff time again, so I'm going to do another pendant. I can't believe it's been a whole year since I've done a pendant. I call these half marble pendants. You see they're just a half of a marble. These are some of the ones that I've done recently. I need to string up and sell. Put a little luster in that one. Basically, they're just wigwam or switchback, whatever you want to call it. Imploded slightly. Then just use my marble mold to give it a nice optic round so the lens will give it a nice effect. You can see it's not really imploded that far, but the lensing effect gives it a nice cool look. It looks really good on a black leather cord. We're going to knock out a couple of these today, stick them in the kiln, and then we're going to run down and get some yings and wings and watch the hockey game. I have found the easiest way to do these is to start with a small gather about a ½ inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch down the rod. This will help start the lens, and it also gives you a nice little ridge, a reference point when you're drawing your lines, so that all your lines are a nice even length. So this is a good place. Just start a gather about a ½ inch, 3/4 inch down the line to get started. Then you just draw some lines. I've got a couple drawn here, a white and a black on either side. I'm just going to kind of work these in. Experiment with different patterns and color combinations. Of course, you know, it's hockey season and the Pens are in the playoffs, so I'm going to go with the standard Pennsylvania black and gold and white. That's always a seller here. Whatever region you're in, college colors, high school colors, professional sports team colors always sell well. Always sell well. You can knock these out. It takes me about a ½ hour to knock one of these out, so they're quick and easy and a good money maker. There I've drawn some more lines. Make sure you leave some gaps in between for the implosion process. It'll make it nice and give it big, thick, dramatic ridges when you go to implode it. Make it look cool. I'm just going to work all these down in. Good news on the Erie front. It seems that, you remember back to the first live video I did at Forward Hall? If you go back and look at it, when I pull up to the Forward Hall, you'll see this big mural of a grasshopper. That's like a little head shop kind of artist place. It seems that the Erie guys are talking to that guy about a space he has that he wants to convert into a glass/pottery studio, and he wants us to work out of there in exchange for a percentage of our sales. So they're trying to negotiate that. And we might have a shop, which is good, because then I'll have a place to work in the winter time, and we can start building our inventory for going out on tour. Alright, I'm just going to work these down and start to spin them. They're spinning, they're spinning. Okay, I've started to twist. I'm focusing my heat on the gather, and as I'm twisting, I'm kind of pushing in, building up my lens gather and my colored area, the imploding area at the same time. I've got a nice little twist here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus a smaller flame on the middle and start to twist in the opposite direction, creating the wigwam or switchback effect. Potato, whatever you want to call it. All the while working this into a nice big gather, trying to keep it symmetrical, because when we do the big fat Maria, we want to try and keep the wigwam design as close to the center as we can. Here I've twisted it in the opposite direction using a small flame in the middle. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to work this all in to where it's almost complete gather, and then when I go to terminate the point off the end here, I will terminate it in the original direction, the opposite of the second direction, so that it creates another wigwam as I terminate it into a big gather. So it'll take a little bit. I've opened up the outer ring on the torch, and I'm just going to get a nice big bushy flame here and kind of work it all in, trying to keep it symmetrical, keeping the design in the center of the glob. The reason I told you about the shop, if this goes down, the guys in Erie want me to come up and do a Saturday marble class every Saturday. So I need to come up with a series of marbles to do in this class. So the next 6 videos I make will be with this in mind. So I'm going to go back and do some of the early basic designs and put together 6 videos that will be video companions to the classes that I will be teaching hopefully here in Erie. And this will be a way to keep busy in the winter months while I'm working on building my inventory so that I can tour in the summer months. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the Apple Fest video. It's all explained there towards the end. Alright, I'm going to try and film this left-handed. Once you get the design all gathered up, oh man, you see that? Wow. That's why I'm hoping they get the studio so I won't be susceptible to the elements of the weather. Alright, come on. I'm losing heat here. Now I'm just going to have to do this without you watch. Well, alright, well, here we go. Get it nice and hot, and then we're just going to Maria the design slowly, and do it a couple of times until you get it nice and flat with the design in the center. I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Here's what it looks like. Maria it out flat. You see the design on the bottom there. Now we're just going to implode it. Elbow up position, flame on the tread of the tire. So the outer rim gets hotter and flows down. In this view it would down to the right, while the inside will flow up the axle of the rod to the left, imploding it up. You don't have to implode it a whole lot, just to where you get a nice mountain range ridgy effect. And then you can either put a back on it or leave it naked, doesn't matter. Remove it from the rod and we'll shape it up. I'll show you what it looks like after I implode it. I've imploded it a little bit. The wind is killing me, making it very difficult. Thank you. Remove the rod, and I'm just going to shape this up. I don't even think I'm going to put a hook on it. I am really getting frustrated with this wind. So this is going to end up being a Texas Hold'em poker card protector slash very small paperweight. I've got a couple that I can take with me down to the bar to see if I can hustle during the game. There it looks like, fire polished, all done. I'm going to go ahead and fire it, and if I want to put a hook on it later and turn it into a pendant, I can. I'm just not going to do it today. The wind is kicking up like crazy outside. I don't know if you can see that. The trees are just going nuts over there. I need to mow the grass. And we got a hockey game. And at some point I'd like to go see Star Trek. So I got a lot to do this weekend. I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.